Hi, Joe Cerrone.
And Alan Rosen.
Welcome to CAD 116, Basic AutoCAD, in our weekly Zoom classroom meeting. Al, would you like to explain the main splash page?
Yeah, main splash page are see the links below and videos and PDFs and all the nice little things go along with it. Right below that, it says video chapter 5. Whoop, up on top, little Joe. Come on, a little faster to me. There we go. And if you click on that real quick, Joe.
Sure.
Come on, machine. There we go. This is the learning objectives, chapter 5. And if you open your book up when you into GW, that goes right along with it. So
Right, and so as we look at line standards, we're looking at different line types, object lines, hidden lines, center lines, basically how you communicate graphically. And these are standardized. So as we go through and we continue to work with the vocational aspects of the course, what we're looking at is how these videos can tie into the curriculum. And so here's some examples of the mechanical assignment. And then the theoretical aspects, you know, the theory, the basic line types, the vocabulary for how to create these drawings. Right.
Okay. You go back, Joe, please.
Sure. You got it. So I'm going to see if I can hit escape and then pause this so that it doesn't continue. All right.
And right below it, it says, please pick one of the one drawing only for this week. And you have drawing 5A, 5B, and you have the PowerPoint for 5. And your two top ones are right there. And please use a B-size paper when you're doing it.
So if I click on this link right here,
hopefully it should work. There we go. There's a PDF.
There's the blueprint. The instructions are written in red. You don't have to create the model. That's bonus. It's a 4 1/4 by 6 inch plate with a hexagon representing a bolt, which we will use the array command to create a rectangular array of the bolt pattern. Back to the main splash page. And then the second one is how to create a circular or a polar array and the blueprints for that. And what it's showing is a section view, which is this line right here. And so again, introducing line types, hidden lines, object lines. These are phantom lines with a 0.7 millimeter line weight, showing how the part would look if it was cut in half. And then we hatch this area here. And do we have videos for these, Al?
Yeah, yes, you do. That's later on. It's in the meat and potatoes onto it right there.
And here's the PowerPoint.
Yes. We hope it works.
So far, so good. And so as we go through the chapter 5 objectives, basic line conventions, layers, and how layers are used to manage that content and the standards for those. And so essentially, we just repackaged the textbook chapters. And Al and I talk about these different things as far as working with the layers, creating object on the correct layers, using the correct line types and line weights, colors. In other words, we want a standard so that whoever does the drawing, all the drawings look the same. The colors are the same, the line weights are the same, and it adds a standardization. And then some other content that we can add using Design Center. And then that's just the questions from the end of the chapter.
Okay, if you go back one more. Okay, and there's a plan site right down below. There's 2 of them there. And this will come up with AutoCAD drawing style. So we can use it right there, PDF, ready to go.
Right, and this is a good project. We don't like to just do mechanical and architectural. We like to do everything. And so we've had quite a few landscape designers in our basic AutoCAD course. And this is a residential housing plot plat of survey, I guess you would say. It's an 80-foot by 110-foot lot. And essentially, we took this from a book which goes through kind of in a sequential operation, how to create a drawing like this, how to create the elevations for the shrubs, basic line types for sewer, natural gas, and water, adding the other elements to the drawing. And so each of the different pages gives you a little bit more work to do on it. And we have a prototype drawing that you'll need if you will be doing this drawing. Download the prototype and open it so that you don't have to create everything from scratch.
It's a DWG drawing.
Correct.
It will open up all AutoCAD levels.
Right. And so we'll pick up with a template, essentially, that you can work with. Back to the main splash page. Am I in the right one? No.
Well,
Sometimes it switches on me when I click on them.
Now there's chapter 5 PowerPoint right below that, if you want to. That's a complete PowerPoint.
And so more content. This looks like the chapter 4, the previous chapter, going through basic construction.
I got to check that out. Okay, that's fine.
But I think the 5 is enough. I think you have the link. I think you just need to take it out because that's the same. This is what we want.
Yeah.
It's typical. Here's our videos. Okay, so here's the mechanical plate with the rectangular array. Okay, this one right here. And if we play that, make sure you like us if you like it. We're trying to get our viewer. I think if we open it in an external window, we can add those elements to it. But essentially, this video goes through. This is the AutoCAD site. The software still runs the same, and it's a well-made video, which goes through and shows you how to create the construction process for this rectangular bolt pattern.
And Joe, if you go back to the main splash page of OC1 real quick. And
Okay.
put content up on top, please. And if you go down to chapter 5. And there's chapter 5, everything that we were discussing before is directly underneath there. So everything here is meat and potatoes, and the site plan, prototype, lab 5, PowerPoints, everything that you were asking about or looking about, it's right there currently in front of you. So here's site plan 1, part 1, 2, and 3. So
Right, and so these are really well-made videos on how to create all of these objects. And that's usually what the students are asking us for. It's not, that's where Al and I actually teach. And so in an online environment, we deliver it with videos on YouTube.
And there's the links right there for the mechanical portion of it. So you pick out which one you're looking for and how you want to look for it and click on it. It should work.
Right. These are pretty stable. We try not to put everything in the splash page, but at the other end of it, we often do. And so that's the same video. It's just in a different location for it. Back to the main splash page, Al.
Yep, please.
All right.
Go down a little further. Keep going. There's the B-size paper and architectural B-size paper right there also.
Right. I think we have some redundant information, but I think everybody's getting used to how we operate and how we run the course. So this week, we're working on Module 5, Lab 5. Module 4 is due October 1st, so mark your calendars, it's due tomorrow. Al and I have been going through and grading. You should have some feedback from how you're doing with the course. If you have any questions, be sure to instant message us. and we'll reply to you and help you solve any of the questions you may have. With that, I think we have covered most of the material. Is there anything that I may have left out before we end our recording?
No, not at all.
Alrighty then, I'm going to stop the recording and we'll post this for the students who couldn't make it to the meeting. And then we'll open things up for questions.